and did a line on the baby changing station. Like, that should give you an idea of the total disregard I had for my life, in my opinion. Like, I did not give a...
And the thing is, they're used to that kind of behavior, like Jack in the Box or Burger King, but Five Guys is like a cut above.
It is
for sure. Yeah.
Millie makes songs, hey, I made this one. Jerry builds bikes and they go real fast. They're mental defectives.
Welcome to the Mental Defectives podcast, a show where we interview interesting individuals with a focus on addiction and mental health. I'm your host, Milligram. That's Millie if you know me, Mr. Graham if you owe me. Joined, as always, by the Haley Williams of Harleys. He's the gearhead with the heart of gold. I know.
I wish.
It's Mr. Jerry with a G.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And today...
Hold on. You should hit that like and subscribe button if you dig what we do.
Smash the button.
Smash it. Mental Defectives Podcast, wherever you get your social media, because that's where he is, Mental Defectives Podcast, because today we have an extremely special guest. He's a sober content creator, crazy person, and community activist. He's a public speaker and podcast host. He's been all over the country, but he started talking in Grandview, and he won't shut up. Get a grip, and welcome, Lewis. Lewis, how's it going?
Thank you. I'm good. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you coming through and slumming it with us in our operation over here. Lewis, where are you from?
I'm from Grandview, so I'm from good old, if you want to talk white suburbia, that's what it is. Like, plain and simple. White picket fence community. I like it because there is still a sense of community there. It's not huge. Upper Arlington, Dublin, it's a little smaller. But it was a great place to grow up. I had a great childhood. Yeah, everything was very normal.
We frequent that area on Monday nights.
Yeah.
I love Grandview.
And then when was the first drink?
First drink came in high school. So I always give a disclaimer about DARE. Because they came in 5th grade and basically they were like, well, if you abuse drugs or use alcohol, your life's ruined. Like, that's basically what they said. Just say no. And in my 5th grade brain, that meant that it was going to like implode the next day. Like, as soon as I put the shit in my body, my life was going to just fucking immediately tank into the ground. I didn't realize...
Hit a joint and spontaneously combust.
Yeah, like, I didn't realize that it took time for your life to get destroyed. So, sophomore year, I remember... And Grandview's small, so you grew up with kids K through 12, generally speaking. Yeah. So, you know these kids since they've been in kindergarten, and you trust them, and, you watch them go out to parties, and they come back to school Monday, and fucking nothing's wrong. And they're like popular and shit, and people are going up to him like, man, that party was sick, da da da, and I'm like, these DARE fuckers lied. Like, what the fuck? Everybody's fine. Nothing's wrong.
Right.
And so I went out for my first drink Thanksgiving break sophomore year, and it was like, dude, it was a perfect dream. Like, I went, I had some beers. I smoked some weed. It was at the girl's house who I had a crush on. I could talk to people. I felt comfortable. I was funnier. Like, it really, really felt like when I left, like that's the void, the piece that's missing inside of me. And this is what it is. I just have to not do it too much so that I don't ruin my life per DARE, right? And, it started out that way. It started out like every 2 months, and then it was like every month. And then my junior year came, and I decided I wanted to sell drugs. And Grandview is a very well-off neighborhood, which means rich kids have money.
Yep.
And I wanted to take advantage of that, and I did, and started selling weed and, some pills, whatever. And really, it was mostly so I could pay for my own shit. I was very much a, if you got it, I'll put it in my body kind of guy. I remember I was in the cafeteria one day, junior year, and my friend came up to me and he was like, here, take this pill. And I was like, what is it? And he's like, here, just fucking take the pill. I'm like, what is the pill? What is in the pill? He's like, just take the pill. I was like, all right, fine, fuck you. And I took the pill. It was an Adderall. Like, that's how I found out what Adderall was like. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I dabbled in everything. And then senior year, I always tell people I was a professional alcoholic addict, and I learned that right in Grandview Heights. You know, I touch on the fact that the disease doesn't discriminate because, dude, I had fucking everything. Had everything. Food on the table, always. The nicest clothes. I remember we'd go to fucking Abercrombie, dog. Like, back in the day.
Back when that meant something.
Like,
right.
Like, for real.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day, that shit was expensive, dude. And, like, I had no complaints. Now, my family tree is a little fucked up. So my mom's side, my mother died of an overdose 6 years ago. I was sober when it happened.
Shit.
Yeah, that was rough. Her mother committed suicide. Ooh. And then her father died of cirrhosis of the liver.
Oh, yeah, you got the whole...
So the whole... My mom's side is, like, fucked up. Think of it as, like, a 2002 Honda Civic. And... she's the body of the car. Like, it's got dents in it and shit, right?
Right.
My dad's side was, they were amazing. My dad was fucking amazing. And he was like the engine that goes 300,000 miles.
Right.
Oh,
Sure.
okay.
Yeah.
Toyota Camry engine.
Yeah, or Camry or whatever, yeah. So, like, without him, I would have been probably completely fucked. But, yeah, I definitely had some bad genes. Really bad genes.
I had a similar introduction to Adderall. It was like my first day of sophomore year. My friend's little brother was like trying to sell me this bottle of pills. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe like $15 for like a whole bottle of like 20 milligrams or something, maybe less. And then I just immediately started taking them like every day before school, during lunch. And I think this is what saved me and like got me to graduate high school and like get into Ohio State and stuff. Was it like that first half of my sophomore year, I had like straight A's. And I was like, oh, this is fucking great.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't sleep anymore, but I have straight A's.
Right.
This is fantastic.
Or fucking eat, for that matter.
Yeah.
My
Chain
God.
smoke cigarettes.
Oh,
Yeah.
So fucking gross. So when it came time for me to go to college, because that was the pressure and expectation that Grandview withheld. It was like, you're going to go to college, you're going to get a degree, you're going to have a family, it's going to be perfect.
Sure.
That's how it felt in my head.
Sure.
I was like, well, OU has a sweet Halloween party, and I love the party. I applied at one school. It was Ohio University for that reason and that reason only. And I got in. I couldn't fucking believe it, but I got in. I mean, I had like a 3.2, so it wasn't like terrible, you know.
Yeah.
But I got into the school, and that was in 2009. So I graduated high school in 2009, and like I said, I was still dealing drugs, and I went to my plug to re-up, and he dropped a fucking shitload of Oxy 80s and Perk 30s in my hands. And he was like, can you move these? And I was like, yeah, probably. You know, I didn't really know what they were.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking 18-year-old kid. He kind of explained it to me, but like, what does that really mean? What is an opiate? What does that mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, I'd taken some Vicodin in the past and things like that, but never seen any pills that looked like that. And I brought him home, and he told me I could use a hose clamp to, like, shave down the powder on the 80s after you take the coating off.
Yep.
And I did, like, a 15, 20 milligram line, dude. And when I tell you that, like, it took me out of myself better than anything I'd ever touched in my life, I mean, it was the most incredible feeling. And like, it was funny because like, fuck drinking can't start it like, no, fuck drinking, what are you fucking losers drinking for? Like, I'd start to like look down on people for things like that. Oh, you're blacking out and you're fucking getting all, and you're throwing up and da 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 da. I'm just doing a pill. I'm 18, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, you know. But I managed to sell the pills, and because of that, like, I kept my habit going the entire time I was at OU. Did not graduate, so don't think it's a long time, because it wasn't. They were
shocking.
They were quarterly back then, and I lasted 2 quarters.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I passed my classes again. I just didn't want to fucking be there.
Yeah.
You know? And I think part of that, and I didn't touch on this earlier, but when I moved from 8th grade to high school, there's all that like built up anxiety, and you're like, fuck, dude, who am I going to be friends with? What am I going to do? And like, as a man, you don't want to admit that shit, right? And I felt some of that come back when I got down to OU. Plus, I knew where the comfort was. It was back in Columbus. My plug was here.
Right.
Everything was here. My business was here. Like, I was making money. Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, I'm just going to tell my dad I'm going to Columbus State and I'm going to transfer to OSU and then come home and then get a job. And that's what I did. I came home. I got a job at the Five Guys Burgers and Fries on Fifth Avenue.
Oh, yeah.
Best I could find. And I did that for a while. I sold drugs and flipped burgers. And around 2012, Purdue Pharma. I don't know how well schooled you are on Purdue Pharma.
Extremely.
But
You're basically just telling my story. Continue. This is crazy.
They changed the formula to Oxycontin. I believe it was 2012. And the market just fucking flipped on its head. I remember it was this like mythical thing. Like you'd run into people, they'd be like, they're gonna change the fucking formula, and you're like, no, they're fucking not. No, they're not. They're making too much money. No way in hell. And they did, dude. And the market flipped. The 30s jacked up in price.
Yep.
It fucked everything up.
Freaking Opanas.
And then Opanas were those were fucking awesome.
You ever come across the Canadian ABGs?
The 80s?
Yeah, the ABGs.
No, I didn't. I never got any of the Canadian 80s.
I used to tell people it stood for absolutely best generic. And they're like, no way, really? I'm like, I don't fucking know. Just take the goddamn thing.
No, I never had any. I knew about them, but I never had any of them. And yeah, dude, like, I remember I finally learned what it meant to be dope sick. Because the pill game was fucked up. My money was fucked up. And I was at work one day flipping burgers, and everybody there knew what I did because I sold drugs. And dude was like, yo, I can get you a bag of something that's going to make you feel better. And I said, what are we waiting for here? Go get the fucking bag.
Let's talk more getting
And I got a freebie from this dude. It was like a fucking 20 of heroin. It was powder. And I remember I went in the bathroom, I locked the door, hit the baby changing station, as we always do, and snorted a line of heroin in the bathroom. And as I say it, it doesn't sound that jarring, but I want you to think about being a normal person for a second. And, like, I scored a bag of heroin for the first time at my job, on the clock, locked myself in the bathroom. Bad idea, because what if I fucking OD? I'm fucking dead.
You're fucked,
and did a line on the baby changing station. Like, that should give you an idea of the total disregard I had for my life, in my opinion. Like, I did not give a fuck.
And the thing is, they're used to that kind of behavior, like Jack in the Box or Burger King, but Five Guys is like a cut above.
It is
for sure.
Yeah.
They're not going to have ODs in there when you got like Cajun fries and like all this different stuff going on.
No, I agree completely. From there, it was, I had a buddy, he since has passed away from an overdose, but he convinced me to go to a recovery meeting. I was still using. I don't know why I went. I cannot remember why the fuck I went to this meeting, because I did not want to go. But I went, and I listened to this dude tell his story, kind of like I'm doing today. And, he wrapped up, and I went up to him, and I thanked him, which was fucking even weirder.
It's like an old pro move.
Like, really fucking weird.
Yeah.
But he, I asked him a question. I think I was like, you've been in legal trouble, but I haven't yet. Why is that, or something? And he just said, keep doing what you're doing, and it'll come. And he looked me dead in my, like, through my fucking soul.
Sure.
And I walked out of that room thinking he was a moron. Like, you don't know who you're talking to.
Right.
Like, seriously. I'm smarter than you. I'm not going to end up in the same place you did, buddy. When in fact, I think it was worse, if I recall his story. But, yeah, so not 6 months later, I find myself in the back of a cruiser for the first time. It was for an eluding arrest. I drove 3.5 extra blocks before pulling over. This was the Grandview police. They were after me. Didn't have anything on me. But they took me to jail for misdemeanor eluding, which I thought was petty as fuck. But whatever. There was like ice on the ground and shit. But yeah, they wanted to search my car.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they did, and they didn't find anything. But when we got down to booking, I will never fucking forget this. We get in there, and it's wintertime. Like I said, there's ice on the ground. and I had this coat that had this little like zip pocket on the inside of it, and they're going through my shit, and they zip up the pocket, and they pull out a bag, and they wave it in front of my face, and they're like, that's too.
The Mental Defectives podcast is brought to you by Milligram's new single, a grungy pop-punk emo anthem for the ages. Listen to Milligram's new single on all streaming platforms.
2 felonies right there, possession and conveyance, because it's in a correctional facility. The kicker is that was a bag of brown sugar. Used to have heroin in it. I was selling fake dope.
Oh, shit.
And I forgot about it.
Damn.
So when they tested it, because the bag had heroin previous,
in it.
tested positive.
Damn.
Ouch.
Yeah.
And the conveyance thing is bullshit. And we've had people on before, and like they will get you with that. Like if you
those are serious too. It's an F3.
That's the same thing as like taking something into like a prison visitor room or whatever, but they'll wait for you to search you till you get to the station so they can whack you with conveyance and
that's
possession.
Dude, and I'm convinced, because we went to the station first and he searched me there. I wouldn't be shocked if he knew that motherfucker was in there, because he wanted me bad.
Yeah.
He wanted me bad.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. You know, we've met since, actually, at like a national night out thing, and he was kind of weird. He wasn't really happy to see me, which I thought was strange. You'd be happy to see the guy.
Yeah,
right. That's neither here nor there. But so I ended up getting out like 2 days later on bond for the misdemeanor. The felonies were dismissed for future indictment, and my parents sold the house in Grandview, and we moved over to Hague Avenue. And for those of you who don't know, Hague Avenue is the west side of Columbus, and the west side of Columbus, there are a fuckload of drugs over there.
Yes.
So it didn't really help my cause much. But I did get away from the Grandview police, so that was nice, because they were bugging it. They pulled my sister over at one point, searched the car for no reason, pulled my dad over, searched the car for no reason, pulled my mom over, searched the car for no reason. They were trying to just put anything on anyone.
Just some pressure on them.
Just to fucking, dude. There was a point where they asked me to wear a wire. My mom, and I'm skipping ahead here, but my mom had OD'd, and they came. The cop showed up, charged her with paraphernalia, which was a misdemeanor. And trust me, mom's left me in jail plenty of fucking times. We'll get into it. And he was like, yeah, if you wear this wire, this misdemeanor can go away. And I'm like, fuck off, misdemeanor.
Right.
What are we talking about here? She's going to go do what, a day or like some community service? Fuck no. Like, no, I love you, Mom, but no. Fuck off. Anyway, sorry, back to where Hague Avenue. So I ended up finding 2 more felonies out there. Got a hotel room, drove out to get some snacks, passed out in the middle of an intersection, got a DUI, a felony crack cocaine charge, and a felony heroin charge. I got put on probation for the DUI, so that's my first probation experience, and they dismissed the felonies for future indictment again to test the drugs.
Now, were you doing crack and heroin at that time?
So at that time, I had escalated to pure IV use. My dad was diabetic, so that meant clean needles,
rigs all
fucking galore.
Yeah,
I think diabetics refer to them as needles and not rigs.
Rigs,
I just
So I was shooting cocaine, crack, heroin. I mean, anything you could load in a needle that made sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I went to get these snacks. I pass out. I get these charges. And Dad finally is like, you know what? I'm fucking done. I'm fed up. Now, here's what I didn't mention to you through this whole thing. Mom died of an overdose, right? Mm-hmm. I was getting high with Mom the entire time. And when I say getting high, I mean starting out with the 80s. We started with the 80s. Then we moved to the heroin. And first it was like snorting it, so it was kind of like the same thing, right? And then tar popped up. And it's like, well, what the fuck? You know, you can mud puddle it. You know, you've got some options. It's disgusting.
Right.
But I, at that point, was shooting my dope. And I don't remember how the conversation went. But I just remember her kind of looking at me looking at her. And I was just kind of like, you sure? And she was like, yeah. And I shot my mom up with heroin for the first time. and she really became like my only running buddy. Like we would commit petty thefts. Like, you know, she'd drive, I'd run into the Lowe's and, you know, the Home Depots and the Macy's and the fucking all the regular ones that we used to do with the machine at the Giant Eagle with the gift card, fucking whatever. Yeah, dude, she was like my A1. I had burned any meaningful relationship to the ground. No one wanted to fucking touch me. No one wanted to come anywhere near me. I was a wreck.
So by this point, you're no longer selling drugs. It's just mostly boosting.
No, yeah,
supply.
because what I did was I started to pick I was really good at what I did when I did it, but once I started using pills, I started to pick my customers off one by one. So I'd be like, yo, I get a hold the $300 this time. I'm gonna go grab it, and then I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And then you don't come back.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Right.
So, yeah, I had no customers to fucking rip off. It was, you know the street is, man.
Oh yeah.
And was your mom using like independently of you before you two kind of linked up together? Like, how does that like progression? Like, if you're up here like shooting dope and what, you know?
What I found out was she was prescribed OxyContin, and in 2008 my dad got laid off and lost his insurance, and so she was unable to get the OxyContin anymore.
Got it.
So it came up in conversation at some point that I had them and whatever, and she's like, well, I'll buy some from you. And I was like, well, fuck yeah, you will. Like, fucking, you're fucking right here. This is fucking I don't gotta do shit.
Right.
It would get to the point where I would cut them in half, and I would shave parts of them, like a little bit off this one, a little bit off this one, a little bit off this one, and fucking sell them to mom as halves.
Yeah.
Like, fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Like, just fucked up shit, dude. When I got kicked out, I just remember, oddly enough, this weird, like, peace. This, like, I no longer have any responsibilities in this world. I have no fucking responsibilities. Because I didn't care about myself. I was passively suicidal. Like, if I got hit by a bus, if I got shot, fine. But, you know, I also wanted to stop using drugs. I just didn't fucking know how.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea how to do it. And I'll tell you right now, like, going to the workhouse doesn't teach you how to fucking quit doing drugs. I've been there fucking 20 times.
Right.
Like, if you're lucky, you'll get to a recovery meeting in a place like that. At least that's what it was back in 2013, 14, 15. I know it's changed a lot since then, but so I'm homeless my first night. I go to a church because I know that people in church are nice. They're going to give you shit, right? And they did. They gave me some clothes. They gave me a sleeping bag, some food, maybe even some money. And I went and I found this wooded area to sleep in. Laid down in the sleeping bag, whatever, turn over, fall asleep, and I wake up at like 2, 3 in the morning, and it's pouring down fucking rain. And I pull the sleeping bag over my head because it was the only coverage other than the tree coverage I had. I had no tent.
Right.
And I'm getting just drenched. And I'm laying there, and this is kind of like my tangible bottom, like the one you can like feel and touch.
Sure.
I was just like, how the fuck? How the math didn't add up. I had everything I ever wanted or needed. I got the opportunity to go to college. Like, I got the opportunity to go to college when I got back. I pissed it all away, and now I'm homeless, shooting dope, fighting off raccoons for my food on the west side of Columbus. Like, how the fuck did I get here?
Right.
I lasted like 30 days before the felonies came back. I remember mom hit me up and was like, yo, the depths just came. They were at the crib, so they're looking for you. And they got me like 30 minutes later. I wasn't far. Went back to the workhouse again, 5 months, like 20th time. And 5 months in the workhouse is a bit of a haul, just given the setting and the lights never turning off, and you don't get to go outside and smell fresh air ever. And I went to court. I remember the judge told me, she said, Mr. Essig, Judge Beatty was her name, Mr. Essig, these are your first felony convictions, so we're willing to give you probation, but if you violate, I'm going to send you to prison for the maximum amount of time possible. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to prison because every single other time, what has happened?
Yeah.
Right.
Why the fuck would it be different this time?
She might as well tell you to walk to the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go back in the holding cell and I grab my public defender and I'm like, bro, can you get me help? Can you fucking just get me something, anything in lieu of something, anything? Like, put me on some kind of path to sobriety, something. Get me started.
Yeah.
Like, that was the first time I really, like, asked for help, but it's because I was fucked.
Right.
You know, like, I was in so much trouble.
Just backed into a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, please help me. And he got me in a drug court program, which was fucking amazing of him to do, under Judge McIntosh, which is, for those of you that don't know, extremely fucking... Have you guys done drug court, either of you?
I have not.
They're super intensive. You have to see the judge every Thursday in the first phase. You have to piss 5 times a week. You have to see your probation officer every Tuesday. You have to do intensive outpatient. You have to do therapy. You have to go to 3 to 5 recovery meetings a week. It's a lot. It's like the intensive probation. Yeah, it's as intense as it gets. I got out on a Wednesday, and Friday morning rolled around, and I woke up at like 6:30 for some reason, and the gears in my head started to turn. I was like, 6:30 Friday morning. If I can use by like 8. I can probably drink enough water and cranberry juice, or maybe head to a head shop and, get something to get this out of my system. And I followed through with that. And I called my dude. Remember, I'm 5 months sober because I was just in the workhouse. And he came fucking fast. I was like, God damn, you never show up this fast fucking back in the day. Like, God, fuck.
It's got to be a sign that I should really follow through on this plan, because normally it's 5 hours.
Right. Like, 15 minutes, 20 minutes was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
So I go up to the bathroom. Nobody's in this house. It was powder, so I snorted a line of heroin, thinking if I don't shoot it, I won't OD. That was like my thought, which was fucking ridiculous. But that was my thought. And I remember I wanted to go smoke a cigarette. I remember getting down the steps and then black. Now, I didn't fall out in the house, thank God, because, again, I'd be dead. I got out front, and I collapsed on the front lawn, and the neighbors found me.
Oh, shit.
So they call the squad. House arrest is also part of...
the intensive...
Yeah. So I'm on house arrest at the time. So I get in the ambulance and I look down at my ankle and I'm like, fuck.
Oh, that thing's gonna be...
Yeah, for hours.
They know.
Hours. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
I'm cooked.
Yeah.
So Monday rolled around. I just brought in my paperwork from the hospital. I was like, I overdosed. Here you go. They sent me to jail for like 3 weeks, let me out, and they gave me a shot. And I stayed sober for 6 months the second time, and it was begrudgingly. Right? Like, I'm going to do this because you want me to. I'm going to check your fucking boxes.
Yeah.
You got your fucking boxes. I'll check this, motherfuckers. Watch this.
Yeah.
And I did. For 6 months, I checked the boxes. And then there was some crack. And then there was some alcohol. And I had the Vivitrol shot in me at the time. So
Gotcha.
Couldn't use those.
So the crack and alcohol.
So, yeah. Benzos, you know.
Yeah.
And I gave them like 4 dirty urines. They sent me to CBCF, which is like a minimum security prison that does like cognitive behavioral therapy. But prior to going, I called one of my buddies in recovery, and I was like, dude, I'll fucking do anything. I will do anything it takes to get sober. I mean it. I swear to fucking God, I will do it. Because I didn't want to go back, bro. And I knew it was going to be 5 or 6 months. And like, that's
brutal.
That's a lot. It's long enough. And so I ended up getting 3 weeks sober before I went to court, and they still sent me to the prison. Yeah.
Damn.
And, looking back on it, dude, probably for the best. Probably for the best.
Yeah.
To get some time under my belt on the street.
Right.
And then go to jail. And it made jail, dude, the workhouse was so much easier when you're not a fucking mark as soon as you walk in dope sick.
Yeah.
you walk in there dope sick and you're fucking. Whew, man, I've been in a lot of fights in that place. You can, I mean, dude, I'm not big.
Yeah.
Like,
You got the reach though. You got the
imagine though when I'm fucking strung out.
Oh God.
Oh, probably.
$140, dude.
Yeah.
The Mental Defectives podcast is proudly brought to you by the House of Hope. Since 1959, the House of Hope has provided substance use disorder treatment focused on long-term recovery.
Services include short and long-term residential treatment for men, certified recovery housing, and outpatient programs for men and women. Using individual and group counseling, CBT, DBT, adventure therapy, financial literacy, and employment services, House of Hope helps individuals rebuild their lives.
Visit hofhope.org or call today to schedule a consultation.
Now let's get back to the episode.
I got weighed in
And
at
what are you, like,
6'40". I'm 6'4".
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's skin and bones.
Yeah, dude, nothing there.
What happens when you walk in the workhouse just sick as a dog, and then people are trying to confront you something and get you in debt with them?
They want like, yo, I'll give you 3 Jolly Ranchers for your tray. It's like, no, but you can't eat.
Right.
You can't eat, and so you're like, well, and then you get ripped off. And then they're like, oh, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
And then it snowballs, dude. And then they'll start taking your shit and being like, all right, if you want it, come fight for it. Meanwhile, I'm dope sick as a mother. I mean, it constantly, dude. Every tank. It was fucking brutal. I remember we were going to court one day, and these 2 like thugged out black guys, friends, knew each other from different tanks. The one dude was in my tank, and he's like, yeah, this is the only kid catching any fucking work in there right here. He goes, no, you're lying. No, he's like, no, I swear to God, this skinny white kid's the only kid fighting anybody in this fucking tank. Like, you had no choice.
Right.
It's you can't just stop, or they'll take everything. But, yeah, dude, I go to this prison, and I go to every single recovery meeting. Thankfully, they offered those there. I took them all very seriously. I spoke to the volunteers. I would speak to them afterwards just to get that extra whatever. Like, I did not want to go back. I did not want to fucking go back. I refused. Yeah. I refused. And
at this point, are you doing this for yourself, or you're doing this to check the boxes and get...
No, this is for me now.
Okay, so we flipped... Okay.
Yeah, that failed miserably.
Yeah.
So,
right.
This was 100% for me. And I got sober, dude, and, like, I got out of that place. I remember Donato's Pizza hired me at $7 an hour, and I was thrilled, dude. I was like, I couldn't believe someone hired me. But I wanted to be known, and like the way I live my life today, I guess I don't want to say it's unorthodox because I don't think it is, but I didn't get sober to settle or like bum around, right? Like I got sober to live, and so like. When I went for management at Donato's and they said no because of my felonies, I just left. I went to the next place. A lot of people would be too scared. A lot of people, or fear will stop you from doing things like that. Like, well, I am a felon, so maybe I'll just fucking
maybe I got to hang on to this thing that I can get. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And get all worried and freaked out. Yeah, no. And I went and worked in hospitality. And then in 2020, I finally worked my way up to a waiter at a nice restaurant. So I'm making like, $400 a night, like good money.
Nice.
Good enough, right?
Yeah.
For a fucking felon. Because I can't get that imposter syndrome, dude. Just like,
oh, sure.
Yeah. Oh my God. It is
no doubt.
brutal. And it's all the time. And I just had 9 years and I still have not shaken that imposter syndrome in certain situations.
Yeah.
But if you remember what happened in 2020, COVID closed restaurants, so my job was eliminated immediately.
Yeah.
And I went back to my judge and I said, hey, Judge McIntosh, would you mind writing a letter so that I could work at that correctional facility that I was incarcerated at?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
And he said, yeah, no problem. And he did, and I remember it was the director and the deputy director were the ones who interviewed me, and which told me that Judge McIntosh's letter did pull some weight, and they fucking hired me. Nice. I remember walking through for the first time, and in my brain, I'm like, well, these guys are gonna know it's me, like I'm you, but no, they're looking at me.
You are an enemy.
Who's this new territory?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's this new cop rolling through? And
So you were like a CO?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
essentially, yeah. I ran the unit of, we had like 65 guys on it at the time. I did that for 8 months. Then I got promoted to like security of the entire facility and like also landscaping and all that shit, making sure everything was in order. And then I became, the big one really for me was becoming the unit supervisor on the unit I lived on. That meant I supervised the COs.
Were any COs?
My boss though was one of the ones that worked on my unit.
So the
She
one
was
fucking guy
sweet.
that's still there, you can't like
No.
boss around or like
Can't
give
fuck
us.
with them. No.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
All new guys.
Yeah.
Well, because corrections is tough. Turnover rate's high, man. Like it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like
Yeah.
you got to be a special person to be able to deal with that type of shit.
Yeah.
But it's odd, dude, because as I would have these one-on-one discussions with some of these residents, they would go and tell their buddies like, "Yo, Lewis is fucking cool. Like he's got like 4 felonies. He's got more than you."
Yeah.
That was my line. That was my line. I'd tell him, I'd be like, "Sit the fuck down. I have more felonies than you. I don't want to hear it."
Yeah,
Stop.
yeah. That's
Like,
a good one.
That would have got me to sit
just
down and
saying,
shut up.
it's like,
Yeah,
okay,
totally
yeah.
worked on me.
Makes
like,
sense.
come on, man. But like, dude, I got a lot of respect from those guys, and I mean, rolling into the podcast today, like, a lot of our guests are guys who were incarcerated where I worked, and now my studio is in my second bedroom, and I bring them into my fucking house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? No second thoughts,
Right.
nothing about it, like, because you're just like me. That's
Yeah.
how I look at it.
Yeah.
That I have to look at it like that.
Right.
And there's been beautiful things in sobriety, like that was obviously beautiful, and I've taken some great vacations. My girlfriend's wonderful. I feel very fortunate to have what I have, especially like the happiness, like that part is really fucking important. But there's been tragedy too, and like people think sobriety, it's like you take the alcohol and the drugs out of your body and you're fucking better. No, that's
Right.
not the case. And so I mentioned my mom passing away of an overdose. I remember my dad called me at 5 a.m. Didn't answer. I was like, why is he calling
How
me?
much sobriety do you have at this point when this happens?
I want to say about 4 years.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
you're,
so I
you're
had
like
some
into
time.
it.
You're in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
And it rang a second time, and it was him. And before I even picked up the phone, I knew she was gone. I knew
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yep.
Immediately, and I answered, and sure enough, that's what it was. Go over there, watch them roll her out. But I understood it. Do you know? I have the disease. I get it. I understand it, and I'm at peace with it. And in some weird way, it makes sense. I understand why it happened.
Yeah.
October of 23, I lost my dad to cancer. That one was a little different. That one was like a left field fucking what the fuck.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he had been through some shit with me and my mom. Like,
No doubt.
so to get dealt that card, like the final card,
Yeah.
like what the fuck,
Yeah,
dude?
that's fucked.
And I mean,
And that's when we don't understand as well as like the addiction aspect of it with your mom. Like you said, like that. Like
Exactly.
it doesn't make
makes-
it doesn't make it easier to deal with or process, but it's like I get it. Like
Yeah.
there's only 3 options: dead,
Yeah.
prison, recovery.
Yes.
Right.
That's all you got.
correct. Yeah, and the cancer thing was just like why after all the shit he went through, why?
Yeah.
But fortunately for me, I was able to stay sober, and that meant like he became unconscious at the house. He was on a ventilator at the hospital, but I sat in that fucking hospital room the whole time. If I'm drinking or using, that
ain't happening.
No, that's
Nope. Yeah.
definitely second.
Right.
And God knows how long it takes me to get
Yeah.
what the fuck I need. So that was the silver lining in that situation, is I got to be present for it, and he got to see me get sober.
Yeah.
Like that's big
That's a
too,
blessing.
and he was so proud. He made it abundantly clear. Just sobriety. Yes, there are wonderful things. There are great things. You have moments like even this trip I just took. We took a boat through Miami, and I have these weird moments sometimes where I like look down at my feet, and I'm like, how the fuck are you here? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Or I'll be on an airplane going somewhere. I'll be like, what the fuck? No, this doesn't make any sense.
Right.
I'm supposed to be dead. Like,
Yeah.
I have those moments a lot, dude, and they're great. They're great reminders, honestly, of where I came from. So, but yeah, that's the short of it.
So are you still doing the CO thing?
No, I went into sales. I worked for a logistics company, and now I work for our local news station, ABC6.
Nice.
Doing marketing and consulting.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then tell us, how did the podcast come about?
So the the truth of it is the podcast came about. I was sitting on my ex-girlfriend's couch, and I had wanted to do it forever. Like, forever I'd wanted to do it, and I just never pulled the trigger because, what people are going to think of me, and
Sure.
dumbass shit. And so it felt, I swear to God, it felt like not a bolt of lightning, but like it just hit me. It was like, all right, we're doing it.
Yeah.
And I had a friend, he was my best friend all the way from middle school up through high school, even after high school, until he watched me inject heroin for the first time, and he stepped away.
Yeah.
But he does commercials, producing, editing, the whole fucking nine. And he saw me post some like shitty TikTok, and he called me and he's like, bro, what are you trying to do here? I was like, well, this is what I'm trying to do. He's like, all right, well, let's do it. And that was the birth. I mean, it's really not that glamorous, but that was the birth of the podcast.
And then how long have you been doing that? Like, when was the first episode?
A little over a year. Just, I want to say a year and 3 months, 4 months.
Oh, from today?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, you got rolling right before. You got like a 90-day head start on us.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So for those of us that don't know what the podcast is, tell us what the podcast is and what it's about.
Get a grip.
It's called Get a Grip Podcast, and Bruno, the producer, actually came up with the name because I'm so blunt. And they used to call me Lewis Grip. That was my nickname for a while. And he's like, why don't we just do Get a Grip? And it just made sense because it's like, I do speaking in the Grandview community, and they're very like in denial about drugs and alcohol.
Oh, sure.
Like every affluent community.
The Minnesota Defectives podcast is brought to you by Ride Sober, an online community for sober bikers.
At RideXSober on social media and RideXSober.com.
Check them out today for apparel like t-shirts, hoodies, hats, riding gloves, and garage banners.
Ride sober, boldly sober.
Boldly sober.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Sure.
And so the whole thought behind it was like, get a fucking grip. Here, I'm going to show you. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to show you what this shit does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's where the name came from. It's @official Get a Grip Podcast is our handle, just like across the board on every platform. YouTube, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon. Probably missing some, but it's all.
There's like a million different.
It's all in our link tree. Yeah.
Yeah. Same. Like, we're on all these like different podcast platforms I've never even heard of.
I know.
Okay, so you guys are like a three. You got yourself, your co-host, and then a producer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've got the same. We like independently came up with these like the same timeline.
Idea.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Because I remember like thinking about doing this one, and it was like, okay, like I did all my research, and I'm like, okay, I want to do a podcast, but then like, what subject matter do I want to do? Then I pulled Jerry in. Then he pulled Chris in. Like, same thing, like you're saying, like childhood friend. And one of the things I did before I got too excited was I like scoured the internet. I was like, there can't be another one of these out there, you know. And then I remember like right after maybe we posted our first episode, and then like a week later,
I'm
Chris
like,
or Jerry was
check
like,
this
"You
out."
ever see this Get a Grip guys?" Like, motherfucker.
Yeah, the two hosts thing. I mean, there's a couple. There's like Hopeaholics. They're down.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
were 3. They're down to 2 now. I just think it brings a different dynamic.
Oh yeah.
Plus, it's like like, it's funny because our videos, we'll get shit on for talking too much, but then there'll be other people that are on the opposite side that are like, I fucking hate hosts who don't talk. So it's like...
It's a double-edged sword no matter what you do, man.
It's the
they're never going to be
it's
happy.
the internet.
It's the internet. Yeah.
Facts.
No,
Facts.
yeah. They're never going to be happy.
And
But
then
that's awesome. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. And then you guys do 2 episodes a week?
Yeah.
And if you started out the gate with 2 episodes a week?
No. One. Just
Okay.
one, yeah.
And then what was the... And you bumped it up to 2?
We just decided to film more. Here's my thing, especially working at ABC6. Broadcast television is dying.
Sure.
Now, not for sports. Now, then
Right.
again, Sunday Ticket, though, for YouTube TV. So it's... But sports, OSU, Michigan, primetime television. Other than that, I mean, you don't really got much.
No.
And we saw President-elect Donald Trump go on, like, 4 fucking podcasts and a stream last year. So, like, I believe the media is moving in this direction.
Sure.
And, like, that was part of our decision, too. It's like, this is how people are going to consume content. And I read a stat that, like, over 50% of millennials trust content creators over mainstream media. Like...
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Even like with the death of late night, because that's what I equate this to the most.
Or
like
that,
we had
yeah.
one of our early episodes, we had my Uncle Mike on, and he's like mid-70s, and he's like, "I'll do it." What the
What's
hell
a
are you talking about?
podcast?
What's a podcast? And it's like a late night TV show kind of thing. And like, even like with like the whatever the one Stephen Colbert hosts going under, and they're like, "Oh, it's because of this Trump suit and all this stuff." It's like they're losing $50 million a year because, like you said, no one is turning on the TV at 11:30 at night,
right.
to watch.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Get it right on your fucking phone and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, I don't know how much inside base like dissecting of the podcast we want to do on the podcast. People to death.
Right.
What's like what advice would you have for someone looking to start a podcast? Doesn't have to be recovery, but just like in general, because it seems like everyone. Oh, before you even get to that, no, let's rewind that. How do you deal with like the backhanded compliments or snide remarks of like, oh, you have a podcast too? Or like, how do you deal with like telling people like, I have a podcast, and like not like feeling like a total loser?
I mean,
because that's a rough one for us sometimes.
I don't like in person.
Sure. Or online or whatever. Like.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't give a fuck. I promise you. I just, if you have a problem with something I put on the internet, I feel bad for you. Like, turn it off.
Yeah.
Swipe. That's right.
I mean, I hate to sound like such an asshole, but like, I just don't care. I don't know. I don't care. I mean, I know it was cool. I went out to dinner the other night, and some girl came up to me and was like, "I love your podcast." Like that was kind of
cool.
neat.
Hell yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
Cool. Yeah.
And plus, it's not like it's a good cause. It's not like it's for nothing or we're just talking randomly. We're allowing someone a platform that they might not normally have to tell their story.
Sure.
I mean, I've had people text me afterwards like, "Thank you so much. Nobody fucking has ever cared about my story."
Yeah.
And that's big. Now, for the people who want to start a podcast, to answer your last question, prepare to work your fucking ass off. Because if you think it's easy, you're high.
Preach.
It is a lot of fucking work.
Yeah.
It is a lot of work. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I know you know that.
What kind of difficulties have you had like with guests? Like maybe either like guests canceling on you, maybe you've had like a guest show up intoxicated before, maybe they do the episode and then they say, actually, no, I don't want that episode on the internet. Like
the worst thing we have is, so we have a form fill on our link tree. So people can all over the world, like we've had success with people flying from Florida and California out to do our podcast.
Nice.
But we also have people who are like 2 hours away from us that just ghost.
Sure.
And like that's frustrating because you're putting a lot of time and effort and blocking off time in your day to film this, produce this whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
And they just don't fucking care.
Right.
Yeah.
That's been the worst thing for us by far. Like the ghosting guests or the no call no shows.
Yeah.
Plus, that's already a pet peeve of mine anyway. It's like if you say you're gonna do something, just do it.
That shit drives me nuts. And I emailed you last night to like because we switched the date, and then I was like, I'm just gonna triple confirm real quick.
You're
Yeah.
good.
And I sent
You're
that email. I was
good.
like, I know I'm being annoying, but I just gotta do it anyways.
No,
because, like,
I get it.
Yeah.
Because you got to film something, you got to shoot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
it.
So what's one of the most rewarding things that you've gotten out of like doing your podcast and kind of what you've built?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, in the recovery world, it's been working hands-on with guys in recovery and watching them get sober, so on and so forth. The podcast is interesting because, in my opinion, it gives them a higher level of accountability, like to stay sober.
Yeah.
Like you're putting your story out there for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna know now you're sober and you're fucking.
Right.
So I think that's really I think that's helpful for guests. But yeah, I mean, I guess that would be my answer. Did I answer your question?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So what about some advice for somebody freshly sober or just coming, into recovery?
I had to dive, like, I had to go like all in, past all in. I mean, I was taking every suggestion that was given to me.
Yeah.
Like, I mentioned the sleeping bag being my tangible bottom.
yeah.
My real bottom, to me, was when I realized I didn't have all the answers. I did not have all the solutions. Lewis could not solve the fucking problem.
Yeah.
And, like, that was the bottom. And then I realized, like, oh, so when Judge McIntosh says to do this, it's because he's seen 10,000 guys just like me and he knows better than I do? Unbelievable. Who could have ever thought?
Still a tough pill to swallow.
And then when you go to those meetings and the guy with 30 years says, do this, and it works, and wow, that's fucking so strange. Like, I mean, that's really like what it is, though. Like, you just shut the fuck up and you listen and you take advice and suggestions from people. And, not everybody in AA is a great person. We're all humans. That's the thing,
Yeah.
But there's some great people in recovery that freely will give their time up to help you. You just got to ask.
I dig it.
What kind of impact, either positive or negative, have you seen like on your own recovery from like doing the podcast?
It's a good question. I had somebody ask me the other day how if my recovery would suffer without it.
Ooh,
That's an interesting question.
I think it's been good. I mean, it's you're still helping people. But it's also kind of for you too. So it's not like it's. I think it's had an overall positive impact, because at the end of the day, you are helping people, and like there are people that do want that platform to share their story, and they want to get that out.
Right.
And it's just the Joe Schmo down the street. It doesn't have to be fucking Steve-O or
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, try to give them that platform and help them out as best I can. I mean, I'll tell you this: there was this one girl who, and just because I say girl, don't fucking take it there, but there was this one girl who she DM'd me on Instagram. And she was like, Lewis, I need to get sober. I don't know what to do. Please fucking help me. And I said, here's what you're going to do. You're going to find the closest recovery center. You're going to call them. You're going to get a fucking bed. And you're going to go there. And here's my phone number. And you're going to call me every fucking night when you go there. And she got in. And she called me every fucking night.
Damn.
Until she got out. And I haven't heard from her in a minute. But, like, that was crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
And that's
so
just
cool.
that's just my thing is always I say yes to people in recovery. If you ask me to do something, I'll do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so, even though she was a female, I did it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
at least I was there for her. If her parents weren't or no one was,
Right.
like, yeah.
And you can always direct the people to the appropriate parties once they get
exactly.
under
Yeah.
their feet under them and all that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And I feel like we've had the same, because I know like Jerry and I have talked about it as like, I wouldn't view this as like a replacement for a meeting, but it's still like a group of alcoholics
similar,
getting together,
yeah.
talking about the solution and all that kind of stuff. And what I've really liked about it is like, say if Jerry gets a guest, then 6 months later I walk into a meeting and like, oh Matt, what's going on? He's like, oh, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Like you intimately know some, just like immediate, like it's the I like that a lot aspect of it. I feel like the negative one would be sometimes I'm in a lead meeting. Hey, Mental Defectives.
Would you like to advertise on our podcast?
If so, email us at mentaldefectivespodcast@gmail.com.
So we can help you make a lot of money.
A whole lot of money. And I catch myself evaluating, would this person be a good guest? And I'm like, no, I need to stay like present. This is here for my recovery. This is not like, I'm not scouting talent. Like, and then sometimes it's hard to turn off that. And I know you know, because like if you are crazy enough to put together a podcast or any kind of thing like this, like internet wise,
Well, you have to be crazy.
Sure.
Yeah.
You have
Absolutely.
to be. Like I mean, only a crazy person does this and believes it's gonna work. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
that's it.
And now we got a whole room full of them here tonight. Like, and then to be able to fucking talk our wives into it, like, oh my god.
Yeah. It's a whole nother layer.
No, they're great sports about it. We did like a wives episode for
really?
Valentine's
For Valentine's
Day
Day,
last year,
really?
and just like, what's it like
have fun with
to
it.
be married to someone in recovery?
A degenerate.
Type thing.
That would be interesting. I think, and don't fucking jack my idea, but we're gonna do parents
Chris, write this down.
of parents of people who, well, one of my friends passed away, and then the other one is sober. So we're gonna do parents of.
Oh, that'll be great.
That could be good.
Yeah.
Could be good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see, or it could do nothing. That's the thing.
You gotta try it.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Like we did that one episode where I interviewed my judge and it fucking tanked. Bro, we had to drag our equipment down to the courthouse.
Oh no. Oh no.
Twice. We did 2 judges.
Oh, dude.
Come and please, court judges. Fucking dragging this shit down there.
Have you done any like on-site shooting outside of those 2 where like you're like packing up the studio and like going to the guest? Like have you tried that?
We have someone in California who wants to do it, but it's just the logistical portion of that is
nightmare.
Really difficult.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if we have. I don't think we have. I was supposed to speak in a prison, and they were going to let us film, and then the day before they were like, "You can't film." We were like, "Well, we can't come."
Yeah. I mean, that's
I was mad as fuck.
Yeah.
Because it was
yeah.
like, you told me yes for months.
Right.
So I was just like, well, sorry.
Have you done any Zoom ones?
I never.
Nope.
So we had like a fairly notable person agree to do the podcast, a musician that we both like, and we were like all hyped on it. And then they go like, oh well, it's going to be a Zoom thing, and then also we need like a lot of money, and then it was like, are we willing to like sacrifice like the in-person aspect to go Zoom? We're not in the business of paying guests. Like that's just not.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd pay Steve-O. I'd pay.
That's about it.
There's
like our white whale.
There's this one guy. He's on one of the MTV shows that he's sober. I've actually talked to him, but he fucking wants to be paid for to flown out. I mean, MTV. I mean, I know Steve-O came from MTV, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like,
Steve-O's more like a man of the people type thing.
Yeah. He is.
I sent a alarming number of emails to Steve-O's people last month or the month before when he was in town. I'm assuming you might have done the same.
Oh no, I went to a show.
Oh, nice.
I chased him down. Literally got out. I got outside.
I told you guys we should have done that.
I got outside.
I told you.
I got outside the emergency exit. It was just me and him. No security.
Nice.
We just got to talk. And
Nice.
I was like, bro, pick a time. I don't care. And he was like, he looked at me and he goes, brother. And that told me
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there,
yeah.
he doesn't have the time.
Yeah.
You know, he's just too fucking busy.
Right.
Damn. I fucking told you guys we should have camped out at Easton.
Yeah.
It worked. I mean,
Yeah.
I got what I wanted.
Right.
I got my sales pitch in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy. Who's your white whale? Like, if you could have anybody in the world, who would you want to interview on your show?
God Almighty!
Or you give me a top four. Top four.
Top
your Mount
four's even
Rushmore
worse.
potential.
Yeah, right.
He gives you 3 more options. You got 4. Pick your top
No,
4.
I gotta
you,
pick
you want
4
on.
now. Steve-O's on there for sure.
Solid.
God damn, man. I mean, I see the problem is I'm not tapped in with musicians like you guys are, because I know like Eric Clapton obviously is probably on your list, so I guess I could say that. But like, God, fuck, who the fuck else? Who am I not thinking of here? Why am I blanking on this?
I feel like, I mean, and Jerry's might be a little different. Steve-O would be number 1. I would put like Bam. Is close to.
Yeah.
And then like, maybe
Bam might be annoying. Truth, I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like we just grew up on like
is
the
he
CKY.
sober like for real?
This time it seems like that's the case.
Yeah.
I would put Andrew Reynolds, professional skateboarder, and then maybe obviously like
there's a lot of actors and actresses. Iron Man, motherfucker.
Oh
yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
Robert Downey Jr.
yeah,
would be
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
great.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, something to shoot for. Something to shoot for.
Tune in next week. We have
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. giving us the breakdown
Anyway.
when he plays Iron Man.
Yeah.
And then last thing before we get out of here, Lewis, you've been so gracious with your time to come down to this ragtag operation. And you were, we watched a bunch of episodes of Get a Grip. We love it. But going on your personal page, it looks like you made some kind of post about you'd never be caught dead listening to like early 2000s Lil Wayne or Rick Ross on a private boat or anything like that in Miami. You would hate that, and you couldn't possibly be talked into that. It's the Mr. Defectives podcast. It's Milligram. It's Sherry with
Other
G.
way around.
Lewis from Get a Grip is here. Get a grip and go subscribe to the fucking channel already. We'll see you next time. Peace. If you or someone you know is struggling with drugs or alcohol, contact the House of Hope today.
At hofhope.org or call for a consultation.